Scotland wrap up their Euros qualifying campaign with a match against Norway tomorrow at Hampden Park, and they go into it knowing they won't have to face one of Europe's most informed strikers. Erling Haaland misses the match through injury and is a doubt for Manchester City's huge match against title rivals Liverpool next week. Well, Haaland posted this on X earlier. "Unfortunately, I am missing tomorrow's game against Scotland, wishing the boys all the best. Now treatment and trying to get back ASAP." He twisted his ankle during the friendly against the Faroe Islands this week. But Scotland boss Steve Clarke says Haaland's absence isn't necessarily a positive for his side.
Yeah, listen, it's probably a little bit mixed feelings. I think for the crowd here, it would have been great to see a player of Erling Haaland's standard here at Hampden. Would have been nice. It would have been good for the defenders to test themselves against a top striker. But unfortunately, he's not fit. And if you asked me that question, it was a game that really meant something, I'd probably be sitting here, if I'm being honest, and saying, yeah, we're delighted he's not playing. But for the game tomorrow, it would have been better, I think, if he played.
Obviously, he's a top player. He's at the highest level, scores goals for fun. So it's always good to test yourself against the best players, of course it is. But on the flip side of that, we want to win the game, and if they're missing the top player and their talisman, then of course that's good news as well. But we understand that they're a strong nation. They've got other good players that can play in the game as well. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, that one.
Anthony Gordon has been linked with a potential switch of allegiance to the Scottish national side. But Clarke says it's not something he's thinking about.
I'm not sure what the names are that are getting bandied around. They're certainly not getting bandied around from us. I think that's a media-driven conversation. That, out of respect to the players that are getting mentioned, and the likes of Gareth and his staff at the English FA, it's not for us to be involved in that kind of thing. This is a media-driven conversation.
A win by 2 goals or more tomorrow would result in Scotland improving their standing in the pots for the draw for the group stages of the finals. But it's something Steve Clarke is paying much attention to.
Doesn't concern me. The main objective was to be there. Pot 2, pot 3. It's all speculation because you don't know how the other games are going to pan out. So we'll go out, we'll do our best to win the game, and then we'll decide after that whether we want to be in pot 2 or pot 3.